Housing 21 is committed to improving people's lives and well-being by promoting choice and independence through housing, care and support. That means keeping older people active and involved in their everyday life. Care is built around the needs of each individual, and it's flexible enough to be on the spot when and where it's needed. The drive is to provide housing, design and specialist care that is constantly reviewed and improved.
I think as a society we're coming to terms with being an ageing society. We're not used to people living as long as we're all living these days. We know that people who live past the age of 85, 1 in 5 will have some form of dementia. I think what we've got is an agenda that's all about dignity in older age. But for many older people with dementia, that's not the reality. And I think the real challenge for us as a society is to make sure that older people with dementia also feel that they're living with dignity and that they have the quality of life that they aspire to.
A national leader in providing housing and care services for older people, Housing 21 has established a centre of excellence to develop and provide new standards in dementia care.
Housing 21 is unique in the field in the fact that we have a dementia centre of excellence existing within the organisation that provides research, training and consultancy. So our training will be informed by our research programme, and then we will measure the effectiveness of our training as part of the research programme. So you develop a cycle that allows us to disseminate research into practice through training and then measure its effectiveness in the field.
The Centre of Excellence turns its research and learning into informed practice.
The services that we provide have a holistic approach, so therefore if we have a referral we can touch every base. So if someone doesn't need community support at home, they could perhaps have daycare. If they've got a carer, they can have support from the Carers Dementia Support Service. So there's a buffer zone, and people, once they come into our service, we are the safety net.
Central to Housing 21's approach is an enhanced role for its care teams, reshaping the care and support they offer.
We've got to move away from the traditional model of carers being seen as very task-based, in the fact that they go in and they complete a task, they feed an individual with dementia and then they leave. We need to move to a model where a carer is someone that is a life coach of an individual with dementia and is listening to what that individual needs and understanding that individual, getting to know them, building that relationship so they can provide effective interventions.
Nothing to do with ironing, is it? It's pressing...
Do you mind reading out?
Kingsley thinks it sharpens my wits a bit. You know, I try to do some of these things because my memory is bad.
Right across its daycare centres, Housing 21's programme of cognitive stimulation therapy is building a specialist knowledge of dementia care.
Where we've got specialist dementia teams, we'll train them differently, we'll make sure that they understand new techniques of evaluation, we'll make sure that they understand cognitive stimulation therapy, for example, and we'll make sure that they know what is coming out of evaluation so that what they do really does make a difference to older people.
But care and support for dementia doesn't mean a cocooned environment. Risk and reward go hand in hand.
We do live in a very risk-averse society, and I think that's very much reflected in the way we might work and approach people with dementia, is that because they've got a dementia, immediately it presents a risk to be managed or a set of symptoms to be managed, and what people forget is there's still a person there.
Assistive technology supports personal care and adds flexibility to meeting individual needs.
We're delivering something called quiet care at the moment, which monitors people at home and provide us with a picture of what they're doing when we're not there. And we can find out, is somebody up all night walking around the flat? Maybe they're not sleeping properly. Then we can start investigating and adjusting the way we do things.
Research tools like DemQual measure quality of life and help to reinterpret the care that's needed.
It's a set of questions with preset responses that the tenants can give to how they're feeling about themselves, their environment, and obviously the relative people they interact with, whether that be staff or their own families. And that is being done when people move in, and then after 3 months to see if there's a change, and then again after 3 months to see if there's a change, to monitor how they're developing, how they're settling as people within their environment.
A leading provider of housing and care services, Housing 21 is committed to partnership working.
Traditionally, the relationship of commissioner with a provider has been sometimes adversarial, and working with Housing 21 we found that it's much more of a partnership relationship than a contract and commissioner relationship.
Above all, Housing 21 is committed to shaping its centre of excellence around feedback from the individuals and organisations it serves.
What we're trying to do here is to develop with older people a range of services to make sure that we enhance what people can do and not focus on what people maybe can no longer do.
To find out more, or for a copy of the DVD about dementia care, visit our website or contact us directly.